Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome Amiibo! Today, as Isabelle just mentioned, we have a new villager, Mott. He may not even be awake at this time, because it is pretty early. Unlike the past couple episodes, I have actually slept for like 3 hours. I tried to sleep longer, I just couldn't fall back asleep after I woke up, which is really annoying. So let's get our fortune from Katrina and have her tell us how bad it is. Hello, Katrina. Great happiness from the stars is attempting to visit you. I, Katrina, can reveal your future. Yeah. Go ahead. Tell me what clothes I don't have. Yes, let's come into view. A walrus dreams of a large buffet, and he never ceases to dream, and he shall be happy. So, there. This place I can see signs. Yes, I can. I see good fortune upon health. Basic bottoms. Yeah, I don't think I have those. And, like, there's not enough storage space for me to just buy all of the clothes. So, like... I mean, I could just litter around town, I suppose. Just cover the ground in clothing. But that would be ugly. But yeah, it's pretty early morning. Not out of the ordinary for me to be recording at this time. I don't overly know what to talk about. Because, like, I've not really been doing anything. It's just kind of how I am, though. I just don't do anything. Though, I say that, I will... By the time you guys see this, I'll have already done this, but I'll be playing the Splatoon Side Order DLC soon enough. I might actually do it after I finish this recording, which will mean that, you know, it'll be... For you guys, a day ago I did it. Time shenanigans. Let's come get our daily brew. I don't know a huge amount about the DLC. I will also note that, like, I'm not 100% with it this morning. I didn't exactly have the most restful sleep. Something you come by, you like to buy coffee? Yeah, I'd like to buy one. What sugar would I like? I'll take none. Alright. Special brew I made just for you. Enjoy. Wow, thanks. So bitter. Guy could get used to something like this. The guy could definitely get used to living this close to a cafe, too. I actually miss my nightly walks to get coffee. I just don't have the money for it. Like, that was a realization I had years after I stopped going for my yearly walk. Not yearly walks. Nightly walks. Of, like... Had I not been doing that, and instead just been saving the money, like, I started every night going for a walk to get a coffee, which was $2 a night, in, like, 2012-ish. And I did it until about 2018. That is a lot of money. Like, sure, it was all, like, toonies. But still, like, that's 6 years. I'll just say, even just 360 days. Because there was probably some days I didn't do it. Times 6 is 2,160 days. Times $2, that is $4,320 I spent on coffee. And yes, I did just calculate it, because I can't do that math in my head. I can do math on paper. I don't do math in my head. Okay, the whistle painting can be sold. So like that. If I had just, saved that money, and even if I'd put it in my bank, like, I'd have so, like, I'd be in the camp of having a much nicer computer at the very least. Like, given the computer I'm using now was about, in total, like $1,700. So $1,700-ish. With $4,320, I could have a, like, top-of-the-line modern computer, and, like, I still would have had the money I had later, too, so I could have had literally tippy top-of-the-line computer. That would have been so nice. Okay, Mott is awake, and he's currently unpacking. Who are you, Mott? I say he. I could not be I don't know. I'm assuming he, based on the name. Yes, ooh, a new lion. Hello, Mott. Huh? Who are you? Not smart to sneak up on me like that, bro. Wait, you're Steven. You have a reputation and a half, bro. I've been amped up to meet you. Give me for snapping at you. Will you? I didn't know it was you. I'm Mott. Moved in today, as you can probably tell. What you may not know is, I'm here for you. I heard you're making this town respectable, so I figured that means more sports. So here I am. If only we still had Rory, our other sporty lion. He's definitely, if he ever asks to change his catchphrase, he's just getting variations of bro. So, like, he'll probably get, like, brosif or brah. Thought not brah is one I was gonna do before and just didn't because I don't trust. I don't trust YouTube to not find a way to unmonetize the stuff in the future if I ever get monetization. And like, I'm happy making this content for, without monetization. Don't think I'm trying my darndest to get there, kind of thing. It'd be nice if it happened eventually, but I don't mind. I just like making the content. I like making you guys happy. You guys make me happy by being happy, so it works out. But yeah, it's that realization that there's so many things I could have bought had I not been doing that nightly coffee walk. Like, and it probably isn't quite that high because there's more mandatory holidays through the year than just 5, but also we moved in like 2013, and the coffee place I would go to get coffee after we moved to where we are now is open on a lot of those mandatory holidays because they have loopholes in their system by being a gas station. So, like, they continue to operate on those days, so I could still get coffee on those days. It's just whether I would actually go to get coffee on those days is the question at that point. Because, like, families have ways of guilting you into not doing the things you want to do because it's a holiday, even if you don't particularly care much about the holiday. I think the #1 example of stuff like that is, like, things like Thanksgiving. I've never really cared about Thanksgiving, But if I were to make plans to do something with someone on Thanksgiving, I know my family would probably flip. Because how dare I? Even though it's not like we do anything for Thanksgiving, it's just a day we have turkey. It's just a turkey day. Like... every day I'm hopeful we're gonna get the final fossil, but... I mean, even once we get the final fossil, I'll still be identifying stuff. I just probably won't be showing it anymore, because we won't have the chance of it being a new thing at that point. Do I have 3 spaces. Why am I yawning so much? Jeez. Well, I know why. It's because I've been going to sleep not long from now, the past couple days, so my body is like, hey, sleep, even though it was like, hey, let's not sleep, like 2 hours ago. And I'd been fighting to get back to sleep until around like 5, and then I ultimately just gave up and got up. There's only so long I can stay in bed. Like, I don't know if that's just a me thing or not, or if that's decently common, but like, in my family, like, if anyone wakes up, they can generally just go back to sleep. Meanwhile, there's me, who it's like, I can't. If I wake up and my body is like, yeah, time to get up, I cannot go back to sleep. That is a plant on a... Okay. That looked like a swing at first. Sky! Happy they have so many items to choose from. You better not be putting your bed for sale again. Frickin' Sky. Always trying to sell her bed. What else do they even talk about today? I really don't know. I'm trying to think, and I can't think of anything. I'm just so, like, out of topics that I feel like would be interesting to talk about. I suppose I could keep rambling about walking at night. Because I have had some actual uncomfortable encounters at night. Though, not in the way that you may not... not in the way you may be thinking of, like, it was like someone, like, creeping on you from a distance or something. No, people don't have that courtesy with me, it seems. They creep on me to my face, and it's... I don't like it. Sometimes the sword is just a sword, and sometimes it's a pretty girl. That better be the Master Sword. I don't know if it is or not. Number 50. No, it's a fee mask. Okay, good enough. Technically still the Master Sword. That actually gives me something to talk about, but I may as well elaborate on what I was making mention of. Like... There was a specific path I used to walk, mostly because it made the distance I was walking, and this is after we moved, identical to the distance I was walking before. So I could maintain basically walking 2.5 kilometers each way every night. I was walking 5 kilometers every night. Which might sound like a lot, but if you're American anyway. But it's really not. It's like an hour's worth of walking. It's really not that bad. Olives. Okay. I mean, I'll still buy them, but the Able Sisters aren't open yet. I don't think they open till 8. I could always come back later and do something, but I didn't cut away for the morning stuff, so we're already 15 minutes in, but I also know y'all don't mind... Okay, 7 a.m. I know y'all don't mind long episodes, so... I don't know. I'll decide later if I want to come back, I guess. I'll probably do today with multiple endings just to give myself that room. I like doing that because it gives me some options. But, yeah, like, I was walking a very specific path because of the distance. And then, like, every night, I'd have the same decently older than me woman approaching me to talk every night. And I later figured out, based on, you know, walking, and I did have a pretty consistent time. Like, I would always leave here at 1. I would always be back here by 3, basically. Unless I get slowed down. Like, it was pretty consistent. But, I learned over time that she lived along the path I was walking and had basically been watching me, and I don't know what her potential intentions were. I did not continue walking that path after a few times, after literally her poking her head out the window and being like, hey, it's like, I'm not comfy. Okay, jazz. I like this one. Yeah, we'll leave this one on for now. It is a very, like, Earthbound-y vibe. Though Earthbound has a lot of jazzy-vibed music, so... it's pretty nice. Yeah, like, that's the kind of thing I deal with at night. There was another occasion that always kind of sticks with me, where it was once again on my nightly walk, and as I was close to the gas station, and it being a gas station probably explains a decent amount of this, As I basically got close to it, I noticed, well, leading up to this gas station's a bridge. And on the other side of the bridge was basically just a couple of what looked to be pretty young girls, just kind of standing there. And as I went to walk past them, because I was just going to ignore them and move on, it's none of my business why they're there or what they're doing, they propositioned me that if I would buy them cigarettes, they would do adult things with me, and neither of them looked even 16. I declined awkwardly and sped walked away. Like, that was an insanely awkward situation. I didn't see them there again, but yeah, that was also very uncomfortable. And like, I just, even thinking back, that's like, yeah, I don't like that. Like, it's just, ugh. I tend to, it is one of those cases, though, of, like, when I'm out walking through the day, I tend to be the person that gives other people creeps. So I suppose, in a way, it's minorly fair that people give me the creeps at night. But, like, that's mostly why I choose to walk at night, is I'm trying to avoid people. And, like, That makes it all the more just awkward and weird when people are like, hey, in the middle of the night. Like, I get that I'm not the only person that's a night owl and prefers being awake at night. Like, my girlfriend also is a night owl and prefers being awake at night. But, like, it's not like we met in the middle of the night. We actually met via Splatoon stream. Because that's just how cool we are. I'd been streaming the original Splatoon, and she had just randomly decided she wanted to watch a Splatoon stream. Specifically a stream of Splatoon. And she just randomly happened to watch mine because she also had decided that she wanted to find a small Splatoon stream. And mine wasn't terribly small at the time. Like, view-wise, it was actually doing decently well. Ooh, actually, Mott's house is in a really good spot. And yeah, I'm just working on the paths because I can while I ramble about this. I kind of want to turn the path up right here, so this flower is going to stay here for now. And it's going to run in front of this tree. Wait, it may need to go up one more. I mean, I could always just budget up one right here. That way it'll have room for... Well, no, because I want it to be too wide. Well, I mean, there doesn't have to be flowers right next to the river. The river can be the boundary. So yeah, if I budget up one, then it'll work. Though I will say, like, I understand why people get mildly uncomfy when I'm walking during the day. Like, I'm a tall dude. I wear a black trench coat all the time. Like, I probably look decently intimidating, creepy. I have super long hair, like... So, like, I get it. But, man, it kinda does sting when, like, I'm out walking and someone will be walking in front of me, like, a good distance in front of me. And then they cross the road, and it's like, oh. And, like, this is pre-Rona, so, like, it's not, oh, they're trying to social distance. No, they're literally just having the thought of, that guy's creepy, I want nothing to do with walking past him. It's like, oh. Okay. Like... Especially where... I get it, but... I also, like, I don't move when someone gives me bad vibes. I just keep going, maybe walk a little faster. Like... Because I've been on the receiving end of that, of like, I don't think I'm a bad person. So like, seeing people be like, nah, that person looks like bad news. I'm gonna just cross the road so I don't have to deal with them, like... Kinda hurts a little. There's our slingshot. And, like, I'm not faulting anyone for doing it. Like, I do whatever makes you feel safe. But, like, it's just one of those things of, like... Hey, the balloon hat. Oh, but I'd have to take the little heart off. And I like the little heart. And the balloon hat just looks silly. But that's kind of why I want to put it on. Yeah, let's get these moved, finally. should really be trying to figure out exactly how I want to do the flower path away from here. Because if I have the bushes right to each... Well, they're going to be 3 wide. Basically right in front of the door. Well, there's going to be a gap 3 wide. So it'll be there, there, and there. That gives a nice path. So the flowers... Actually, yeah, I'll just... Wait, Brain, we just tried that. Our inventory's full. Well, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to just plant it under my feet. There we go. So this one will be going right here. I need to move this cherry. It's a pretty wide path, but that's fine. But now how am I going to connect it? That's the thing. Because, okay, my initial thought, and it would be a lot easier with my initial thought, was just to narrow the path down for here, but also it starts, like, up here, which I could actually start at 1 sooner. Because the bushes can be planted directly next to the... Yeah, okay. I can start at 1 sooner. So that means I could have it... Kinda like this. This needs to go down 1 more, and then... basically immediately go this way. And that'll give it 2 wide. It branches into 3 to widen into this. The rock's gonna be annoying. If I budget down... like that. That would give me room for the rock. The path would be right here. It'd be a little awkward, but yeah, I think that would actually work. So that's what I'll do. Planting paths on the fly. The beauty of having the paths really spread out like this, flower-wise, is like, had Mott, like, put his house where a path was, I'm not gonna lose that many flowers to it. Which, you know, I'm not gonna be that heartbroken over losing flowers. We can always get more, we can always change the ordinance. So, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, there's still plenty of flowers I could call upon to continue pathing with, too. But I like leaving some of these areas looking more or less as I fully intend them. Like, right here is basically what it's going to look like, minus there's going to be a flower right here. Like, and I think this looks really good. Like, you can tell where the paths are. It's nice. Got nice access to the beach. Let's actually check for Gulliver. We haven't seen him for a while, but I also haven't been checking the beaches. So... dude could be down here somewhere and I wouldn't know. Let's see. Do we have a Gulliver? My nightly walks definitely got a lot more interesting after we moved. Because... and I mention this purely because I have no plans of ever moving back there at this point. I grew up in a town called Digby. You can just, like, Google Digby, Nova Scotia. Specifically, I grew up in Conway, which is a part of Digby County. It's on literally the exact outskirts of the town of Digby. It houses the Digby supermarkets. It's part of Digby. People can argue it's not all they want. They're wrong. Yeah, let's get these moved, because I can. And the path I used to walk on was an old... where a rail line used to be, but wasn't... like, there's no real trace of it there anymore. There used to be a few railroad ties still there, but that was about it. And, like, you would never run into anyone else on that trail, and if you did, basically it was a case of you just kind of... it's a narrow trail, used to be a rail line. You just walk and hope the person doesn't have a knife and want to shank you or something. I only once was attacked walking that path. And I'm not even sure who did it, because it was dark. Because I walk late at night. That was actually a night I left early for my walk, too. Like, I'd left at 11. Ended up getting some scratches on my face. From what looked like in the dark was a knife, but given it was just light scratches, I'm doubtful now that I've had more time to think on it. So I don't know exactly what they were trying to attack me with, but it left some scratches on my face, that's for sure. But, like, for the most part, like, walking on that trail was just kind of pleasant. The only time it was ever really unpleasant, because, like, I lived in a part of Conway where I'd have to cross a bridge to get in, not a bridge, but like a land bridge kind of deal, to get into town. And y'all have heard many, many times me mentioning how much I don't do water. Now, let's put this tulip here, because I don't have tulips as a starting path anywhere. So it can start on the surrounding the plaza, which I might still try to do, like, bushes around the plaza. I don't know yet. But yeah, there was, like, a little land bridge type deal that basically was a divider between, like, a little bay and the larger Bay of Fundy. And there were some nights where walking across that was incredibly uncomfortable, because either the tide would be going out, so water is rushing underneath this thing at, like, it way faster than I think anyone was comfortable with. And there's other times where it would just be an extreme high tide, and there would be, like, water up to, like, the top of my feet or my ankles on the top of this little land bridge as it's flowing one way or another. That was terrifying. Those were usually the nights I would have the response of, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna walk this path tonight. And I would walk back. I would double back on myself and go up around along the road, which made the path longer, but by the time I'm walking back, the tide would be out enough that I could at least walk along the path. Though usually those nights I would still walk back along the road, because I just could not mentally trust that dirt path on those nights. Because, like, it was basically just a concrete, like, drainway type deal. I don't know what to call it. Just covered in dirt and gravel. Like, the dirt and gravel could probably have given way pretty easily. But yeah, I think I will actually just call it here. If I do come back later, I'll just splice something in earlier. I don't know when, but I'll find somewhere to just splice it in, or maybe I'll splice it in after the end. I don't know. I don't think I'll bother with Able Sisters today, even though I could just wait 4 minutes, but I'm kind of hungry, so, and it has been 34 minutes, so thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I'll meet you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome, Amiibo. See you all then.